turkeys, shed season. We're in Kansas, and this is where it's at. It don't get any better right now. Sacred ground, our hallowed ground. I can't wait to get in the woods and find some sheds. We're on our Kansas ground. We're on a mission to find one deer. Fishhook, he's eluded us for 3 years. He's made us look like fools. We got all the history with you, but you make one mistake, one of us is going to end your book. Here we are, shed season 2015. We're on our Kansas farm. We're on a mission to find one specific shed, Fishhook. He eluded us for the last 3 years. We're trying every way possible to put this puzzle together. Every piece of the puzzle we can find will make it easier to kill him this year. So, with any luck, we're gonna learn just a little bit more today. So, where would he be? Man, these south side slopes are awesome to find these sheds on. They get in these cedar thickets or bedding areas and stay warm during the winter. The sun shines on them most of the day. So. Every piece that we can find will help us get this deer killed this year. So, at 3.5, Chris and Eric saw Fishhook. They knew he was going to be a giant. They knew he was going to be a superstar.
These cameras are just absolutely awesome, and we've all fell in love with them this year. It's the new cameras from Wild Game Innovation. All the trails coming out to some big wheat fields this year. So if there's a big one on this end of the farm, he should walk right by here, I hope.
At 3.5, Chris and Eric saw Fishhook. They knew he was going to be a giant.
That deer is one of our future giants.
They knew he was going to be a superstar.
But he's going to be a giant.
However, that hunting season, Eric Hale was able to kill a great mature 11 point on their Kansas ground. It was a buck captured on the wild game trail camera they nicknamed Little Casper. The Traditions muzzleloader smoked him from only 8 yards away.
Yeah. Hey, give me some.
Monster bucks in Kansas, this is why you come. Big mature 10, great big flyer, big blocking head. Look forward to it every year. And I can't wait to come back next year and do it all over again.
We're on our Kansas ground. We're on a mission to find one specific shed, Fishhook. Huh, there's a giant. Big deer. God, look at the mass. What deer is that? Holy crap. That's gotta be 6, 7 inch bases. That's a bonus deer. Oh. Where'd you come from? What a deer. Now we just gotta find Fishhook. We've walked all day and we've covered just about this whole farm. We have to find him to get one more piece to the puzzle. Oh, Fishhook, where are you? Oh, you gotta be here. Where are you at? Dang near impossible. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. You're trying to find one specific piece of bone on 600 acres.
Go ahead, subscribe to our channel, like it. You're gonna get that little notification bell. It's gonna go off, let you know when something new hit. Follow, subscribe. Happy hunting this fall. We love everybody. Thank you again.
Here we are. It is shed season, 2015. We're on our Kansas ground. We're on a mission to find one deer. Fishhook, he's eluded us for 3 years. He's made us look like fools, and we're trying to put the puzzle together. Every piece that we can find will help us get this deer killed this year, so hopefully it'll work. At 4.5, Eric and I seen you. We thought we were doing everything right, but apparently not, because we only seen you for a brief second.
The latest National Weather Service forecast. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, with a chance of flurries after midnight. Colder with lows in the lower 20s.
I can honestly say that this has been the toughest hunt I've been on in years here in Kansas. We've been out here now for 7 days, and The two really big mature bucks that we want to shoot, we just can't see them. I don't know if they're just exhausted from the rut and they just refuse to move, because only one of them we're getting at night, and the other one, I don't know, he's completely disappeared off the radar. So Jason's up to bat. Surely something's about to go good.
Fishhook was a 4.5. The wild game cameras have showed his progress from where he was last year to what he is now on this Kansas ground. During the first day of his hunt, Jason got a glimpse of Fishhook in the distance. However, he could never draw him in, so Jason ends up tagging a great-looking 11-pointer instead with his Traditions Vortex striker fire.
This is the second biggest deer of my life, and I am one proud Virginia boy tonight.
Then, the next day, Eric Hale hunted hard for a chance at Fishhook. But again, Fishhook was elusive, this time nowhere to be seen. With a tag in hand, Eric was not going home empty-handed. So he was excited that this white 8-point walks up to within striking distance of his stand and gives him a clean shot with his Traditions muzzle loader.
This is big old 8-point. I got into muzzleloading, I got into deer hunting years ago with my daddy, and this hunt tonight reminded me of why I got into it. And I have had some of the best memories of my life right here in Kansas. I'm gonna come back and do it again next year.
Fishhook gets to live another year, becoming even bigger, smarter, and more desirable than ever.
We thought we were doing everything right, but apparently not, because we only seen you for a brief second. We just couldn't get in front of you. However, we did end up taking 2 great deer. Can't complain, it was a win. It just wasn't the 2 deer we wanted.
Make sure you subscribe and like the page. On top of that, make sure you click the little notification bell. That way you'll be one of the first ones to know when a new video drops.
Jason Bowers is shed hunting in Kansas for one buck in particular, a buck named Fishhook that has eluded everyone for several years now.
That deer is one of our future giants.
He's searching to collect Fishhook's 5.5-year-old shed.
Fishhook, this will be the 4th year that we've knew you. 3 years of history with this deer. This deer started when he was 3 years old. That's his 3-year-old side. Chris and Eric was hunting him. I wasn't on the lease that year. When they seen him, they knew he was gonna be a superstar. Next year, I was on the lease. Eric and I seen him. This is his 4-year-old side. He was a beautiful deer. We tried our best to get on him, never could. This year, as a 5-year-old, we knew he was a superstar. He was a giant. Eric shot his deer. We went in to recover it and walked right up on him. We sat on the ground probably 15, 20 yards from him. We had 10 minutes of footage of him while he was with a doe.
Earlier this year, Eric Hale grunted this buck in during his Kansas hunt and put a dead ringer broadhead through him. However, as Eric was on the ground to recover this deer, Fishhook shows up in a creek bottom.
28 yards right there. God, that deer is so big.
That is the power of the rut. The biggest deer we got to hunt, buck we call Fishhook. You realize how easy it'd be for me to kill him, don't you? How are you, little buddy? Oh, he was a massive 28 yards right there. No, he ain't. Him and Iron Man's gonna get into it. God, that deer is so big. Iron Man's going straight to grid. slipping in here to go look for my deer, and what do? We walk right up on him. I mean, I could have killed that deer 15 times over. He's a giant 9-pointer. And he's just gonna live for another year, hopefully, and get bigger. So that is, that's what you dream about, man. That's what makes it worthwhile. You go and go and go, and you get, you know, just to see him, man. Just adding to the story of Fishhook. That's our 3rd year with that deer. And I don't know, we'll find out. Maybe we'll get him one day, maybe we won't.
Fishhook, it was unreal to be that close to a deer of this caliber on the ground. 3 years of history with this deer, and we've done everything in our power to get you killed. I don't know what else possible we could do. Oh, where would he be? Oh, you gotta be here. Where are you at?
We need you to support us, guys. So go over, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And every time we post something, you're gonna get that little bell going off, and you're gonna know instantly that you can go over and watch it and catch what's going on.
Jason Bowers and Eric Hale are in Kansas shed hunting for one specific 5.5-year-old giant named Fishhook. With a long day of walking coming to a close, the guys are hoping to get closer at ending another chapter in Fishhook's story.
Good grief at the trails in this cedar thicket. I swear I've got 2 little sheds, and Jason's picked up all the big ones today. But as long as we're finding them, that's the main part of the game. It's a long story. You gotta build a story with them, figure them out. This will be year 4 this year with Fishhook. 6.5. Will we kill him? We sure are gonna try though. I think between scouting and watching this buck for 3 years, picking up sheds and putting all these pieces together, doing food plots, I think we're gonna get shot at that deer this year. I think this year though, we're gonna get one chance at him.
Well, this year, as a 5-year-old, and Chris shot his deer and was getting ready to get out of the stand, and sure enough, Fishhook come walking right by Chris's stand after he shot his deer. So that's 2 years in a row that he's done that.
Joe, right here. It's old Greg. You want him? I just shot the oldest and biggest body deer on this farm, and the biggest rack deer on the farm comes in at 100 yards. We call him Fishhook. We've got 2 years of sheds of him, and he is a freaking giant. He's making us great. I was grunting to him. I was going to try to get him down here and get a better look at him. I know what he looks like. That's usually how it works. You shoot one and a big giant one comes over right after.
Oh, Fishhook, where are you? Oh, you gotta be here. Where are you at? I know you live here, and you live close. It's dang near impossible. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. You're trying to find one specific piece of bone on 600 acres. I know you stay on this hillside. You sleep here all times, where we always see down here on the food. Holy crap. I think that's him. Ha! Dude, here he is. Oh my God. Dude, look at this thing. I didn't think there was no way we would find it. That, my friends, is a success. That means just about as much as killing a deer to me just to find this shed. Now I've got 3 years of sheds with him. I was seriously about ready to give up. I gotta call Eric, see where he's at. Hey dude, where you at? Did I find him? I don't know. You're gonna have to come look. I ain't telling you if I found him, dude. You gotta come look. All right, see ya. What a day. Hard work has finally paid off. It means as much finding this shed to me as it does killing this deer. We've got such history with him. I just hope we can put him in the bed of the truck next year instead of just his horns. We came full circle. into a great year. What a deer. He has eluded us for the last 3 years. Next year we'll put him in the bed of the truck instead of a horn. 3 years of history with this deer. This deer started when he was 3 years old. That's his 3-year-old side. Chris and Eric was hunting. I wasn't on the lease that year.
That deer is one of our future giants.
When they seen him, they knew he was gonna be a superstar. Next year I was on the lease. This is his 4-year-old side. We tried our best to get on him, never could, and just the mass he put on in a year. I mean, I'd have shot him right here at 4, but at 5, he blew. As a 5-year-old, we knew he was a superstar. He was a giant. Eric shot his deer. We went in to recover it and walked right up on him. We sit on the ground probably 15, 20 yards from him. We had 10 minutes of footage of him. I can't wait to see what he does at 6. Almost 24-inch main beam. That's why you let them grow. Coming from Virginia, I don't get a chance to see deer like this a lot. And I mean, to actually have the history we've got with him, I mean, God, that's like a 13-inch G2. Unreal. Mid-60s, upper 60s as a 9-pointer with this kicker. We got all the history with you. We got your pattern. We know where you sleep. It's just a simple fact of getting you killed. We just gotta be one step ahead of you. If you make one mistake, one of us is gonna end your book. Your story will be done. We'll finish it.